Yes. All eyes will say you, please. The center of the stage, please.
All this. All this
to tell all things that make us feel bad. But it's only to remind all of us that all our nations inside of the world have the capacity to withstand this kind of situation. I went to California. California is the United States of America, precisely in Sacramento. I saw 5 little children, Americans. You know, they were reading with their computers, and I met them. I said, "Hi." They said, "Hi, Uncle." I said, "Can you please give me 12 plus 13? Asked no, to make it round figure, make it 10 plus 10. I said, "No, 12 plus 10. That's what my God is going to do. Okay, where did it have to also have to? But not that you can make it. Come on, later. 12 plus 13, how do you back? Take on the essence. We didn't play it here to give my character. Something that I got to have their own mind. Their own intelligence is mounted on technology. Our own is on the internet. Yes.
We are going to see the world. Today, we got the radio.
Please, this is a special announcement.
Estimating 2 million.
Countries that are working
While some others are still on their way coming,
a friend of mine
we believe that at the
came
end,
to Nigeria
we will arrive
in
at a certain
1970.
number, which
He came and then
this is to show you that Biafra has all it takes to be
Central State.
and we are talking to everyone
Somebody
in the world.
what is still the name of that state? Continue going from the Central State.
These
The name
are
of the
the
Igbo State. Now, what is the Central State? Now, the Igbo State.
This is fun.
I think I say,
And everything all these
to tell all things that make us feel bad. But it's only to remind all of us that all our nations inside of the world have the capacity to withstand this kind of situation. I went to California. California is the United States of America, precisely in Sacramento. I saw 5 little children, Americans. You know, they were playing with their computers, and I met them. I said, "Hi." They said, "Hi, Uncle." I said, "Okay, can you sing me 12
As it takes place at about unity, it's all about our unity, our togetherness, and our oneness. It's time for our book messages and to set the ball rolling in all the protocol. May I invite Alhaji Bim-massob to please bless the prayer and prove his obedience. Let's give a sounding applause to the house together for him. And Akufa Keba Bikon. And after him, we will pray the indulgence of our venerable elder Professor P.C. Ubata for people to also bless the prayer. Let's put the hands together for Alhaji Bim-massob. Thank you, sir.
We welcome.
Are taken good care of. And this is a show that the Biafra we are talking about is not a child's play. This is the auditorium. This is supposed seat of power. And these are invited guests from all Biafra land, from Biafra to Cross River, Port Harcourt, Akwa Ibom, Delta States, Anambra States, Enugu State, Ebonyi State, and we are in Owerri, which is the center of what we are doing. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Biafra State Massob zone. They've arrived to take their seats. And for those who are doubting if our brothers and sisters from the Niger Delta part of us, they are fully part of what we are doing today. Today is not a child's play. Today is a unique day in the life of all Massob BIM. The best way to celebrate a man like late Dintukemekod Megojuku is to continually to have his lecture every year, 26th November. And this is the brainchild of Chief Dr. Rafu Azrikezibo II, who did it fit to always celebrate this man every year, 26th November. And this River South, Massob River State South, they're not taking their position, waiting for invited guests. And this River East zone that the world knows why today is unique. Today is 26th November 2017. The movement for the actual sovereign state of Biafra, no, sir. Welcome, sir.
Following non-stagnant trend that is not taking them anywhere. Massob is the moving trend, and everyone's supposed to follow.
Welcome once again, my fellow Biafrans, to our day's broadcast, which comes to you from the satellite station Voice of Biafra International, Germany. We have gathered here once again today to appraise once more what indeed transpired last Sunday, November 26th, during the Ojukwu Memorial Day, organized by the members of the Biafra Independent Movement for the Actualization of the Sovereign State of Biafra, led by Chief Dr. Ralph Owazirike, the able leader. Yesterday, we took time out to review some of the video clips and the pictures that commemorated the very day. From the look of things and from what we saw, it was indeed a day worth celebrating. People from all walks of life were there indeed, in their droves. A lot of activities took place there. A lot of displays technologically, scientifically, even from the agro sector, we had a lot of things to display. We have always informed our people that when we talk of independence of Biafra, it is not just political. We are also incorporating therein agro independence, technological independence, scientific independence, as well as political independence. All these things are encompassed in our march to freedom. We have always informed our people it is not enough to head our people from street to street, from state to state, doing nothing. It is our duty to engage our numerous boys and girls to find meanings in life and be able to feed themselves while we march towards Biafra. Because when we fail to do something, when we fail to prepare ourselves all round, we might be caught napping at the very hour when we are called to duty. And that is why the bim-massob family has always taken it upon itself to make sure that we mobilize our people, to make sure that we catch them young, to make sure that whatever it takes to have Biafra is put in place before the day. So, I have to introduce members of the crew who are here right now, but before then, 2 minutes of Biafra traditional music. Thank you very much. We wouldn't take much time playing this particular music because we have much in stock today. So I have to go to the business of the day proper by introducing members of the crew who are already logged on to this particular program meant at bringing close to our people by word of appraisal what actually transpired last Sunday, November 26th at Owerri, Biafra headquarters, Ojukwu Memorial Day. Let me start from Lagos. Jude Chijoke, please say hello to fellow Biafrans.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans. This is Jude Chijoke, joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you as you pay attention and listen.
Thank you very much, Jude Chijoke. I remind you once again that we are here still to appraise the activities that took place on November 26th, precisely last Sunday, during the Ojukwu Memorial Day. I also introduced to you Ozronye Francis. Ozronye Francis, are you there? Say hello to fellow Biafrans. Ozronye Francis, are you still there with us? Okay, while waiting for him, let us introduce Uche Diji right away in Ghana, Accra. Uche Diji, you're welcome.
Yeah, my able moderator, good evening, and good evening to all Biafrans all over the world. This is your humble servant, Uche Duiji speaking from Ghana. Thank you, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. We welcome everybody. We welcome equally other members of the crew who will be joining us in a short while. Like I said earlier on, Uche Duiji, by way of information, we are here to take stock of what exactly happened last Sunday at Owerri during Ojukwu Memorial Day. You remember, much as we were remembering the death of our epic figure, Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu, Biafrans equally took time out to showcase some of the things they are able and capable of doing during that particular day. The most important thing, whether we like it or not, was the display of various agro produce from the bim-massob farms and from individual members of the bim-massob people who had taken time to go into agrarian policy by cultivating the yield. That very day, we saw very big tubers of yam here and there produced by our people. Or let me say harvested by our people from their various farms. The big tubers of yams can feed a whole lot of people. And if we go further in this, I bet you, we are not going to suffer anything like hunger in the years to come. And we shall not import food from any neighboring society. As we have taken it upon ourselves to produce yams in large quantity, we shall equally go into cocoyam, potato, plantain, banana, even vegetables, and lots of others. Fruits, different types of fruits. We are going to go into all these to make sure we have them in manifold abundance in Biafra land. And as we move towards this, we are going to make arrangements to bring in processing machine. We are about to bring in the importing processing machine to make sure that we preserve all these things as not to waste them after any particular season. And when this is being done, we are going to provide employment opportunities for our numerous people, for our TBM population. When we provide employment opportunities for our people, any form of brigandage will be a thing of the past. So the bim-massob family is putting everything in place to make sure that every Biafran is provided with the wherewithal to achieve something meaningful in life. That is why we are here today to inform our people who are not there that very day. They have to understand the mission of Massob. We are not going into conquest. No. We are not going into territorial expansions. No. We are not struggling for leadership role. No. God gives leadership. We are rather trying to mobilize our people towards having a good life. This is a mission. And on the strength of this, let me say, our people are now listening, and we are going to tell them much more than meets the ordinary eye. Far from the agro sector, our young boys and girls were able to showcase their technological know-how. Those who were there that very day, or those who were on screen with us yesterday, could see some of the things we showed you. Our boys and girls going into aircraft production. What else are we talking about Biafra? Biafra is not noise making. Biafra is not dependent on any particular nation. Biafra shall be sufficient in everything, in food production, in technology, in science, name it. We are not talking about Biafra to be self-dependent. To depend on anybody. Rather, we are talking of Biafra to be self-dependent. It is only very few things we might decide to import from the outside world, but 80% of what we need locally shall be produced locally. This is our promise. Just like in China, most of the things they make use of today are produced or manufactured in China. Biafra can be the African China, Biafra can be Biafra can be the African Japan. This is our mission. Those who listen to the MC talk that particular day will tell you he was unambiguous when he said it's a matter of time Biafra is going to overtake Japan and China in technological breakthrough. And there is no two ways about it. All we need to do is to muster our resources together to inform our people why we have chosen to be Biafrans, to inform Africa why we have chosen to be Biafrans, and to inform the whole world why we have chosen to be Biafrans. Biafra is a development of talent. Biafra is a manifestation of talent. Biafra means producing, bringing into existence those things that have not been there. We are going to, in Biafra land, translate the nomina into the phenomena. This is our promise. And what I mean by nomina, some of those things that exist in the spiritual realm. There are a lot of things still existing in the spiritual realm unexplored. The Biafran scientists, the Biafran technologists will delve into the spiritual realm and bring out from the nomina some of those confounding inventions that exist therein. And we are going to bring this out into the phenomena for the whole world to see. I have to tell you, as we have been telling you, Biafrans can have their dreams. Biafrans can be found anywhere, any part of the world. We are ambitious. Let me be honest with you. Our inspiration and our aspirations know no bound. Even the stars above, the skies above cannot be our bound. We are determined to break that particular chasm that will confound the imagination of the international community. Biafrans are going to delve into the nomina, the spiritual realm, to bring into existence some of those manifold spiritual diversities that exist, which are yet unexplored. And we are going to bring all this in the existence of Biafra Republic, which we are carving out from the outgoing Nigeria. We assure our people that Biafra is not going to depend on any particular country for survival. Rather, countries shall depend on Biafra for survival. Biafra shall be consulted at the very hour when it comes. This is why we are a proud people, because our Jehovah from creation made us what we are, and he will continue to protect us. There is nothing the enemies will do that will deter our optimism. We are on the march, and nothing will stop Biafra. We are moving like a battering ram. No matter the time they will hold us hostage, Biafra is coming to be, and the days are numbered when the children of Zion will move in droves towards homeland Biafra. This is what we are out to do. Fellow Biafrans, in the field of science, Biafra shall be in the front line. Mark my words. With bare hands, we are able to produce something, and when we have the opportunity, what then do you think? These are the things Biafra and Biafrans are out to give to the whole world. We are a gift to the whole world. Biafra is a star, a sun to the whole world. We show the light. We give you the light. We illumine the dark ends of every corner of the earth. We are a gift to humanity. Whether anybody likes it or not, Biafra indeed is a light to the whole world. And the foreign powers know this. That is why they are too reluctant to letting Biafra go. But then, the going of Biafra is not dependent on the international community, far be it from us. No, we rather depend on our own Jehovah, our own God, who has made us to be. We depend on our own God, who created us, who has been sustaining us, who has been giving us sufficient patronage to make sure we surmount every obstacle. This is what Biafra is all about. And that is why we say, no matter what the enemies do, Biafra will remain like a battering ram. We say it always, and we are too proud to say it. After the 1967-70 civil holocaust, they thought that Biafra would be extinguished from the surface of the earth like the old Carthage. No, Biafra survived it. Biafra survived it. And today we are there. We are like the phoenix. From the ashes of incineration, we germinate, we rise, we resurrect. And then tell the whole world, here we are. Biafra can never be subdued. This is what we are telling you. What happened at Owerri last Sunday is a clear manifestation that Biafra cannot be subdued. Even our detractors, our enemies, who thought that Biafra can never survive, we are there that very day to witness indeed firsthand the emergence of the Biafra Republic. We must thank the bim-massob family for their commitment and patriotism to making sure that nothing deters us. We salute you at all times, and we are grateful to you both now and forever. Let us move on to Ghana, from where Uche Digi is. Uche Digi, could you still give us an appraisal of what happened at Owerri that particular day? Whether you were there or not, you must have indeed heard of everything that transpired through the social media. Uche Digi, what do you have to say by word of appraisal?
Yeah, my able moderator, I must surely congratulate our able people, all the talented men of Biafrans, all our brilliant soldiers, all our brilliant brethren who continue to make us proud. It is indeed a great honor to Biafrans and a great honor to our tribe and to the world at large. For them to be able to produce such an aircraft or private jets that can be put into manifesto, I mean, that is very wonderful to the world. For them to understand the reason why we are seeking for freedom. For them to understand the reason why we are rejecting the colonialism of Frederick Lugar. For them to understand the reason why we continue to say no to the amalgamation of Nigeria, which is not wholly amalgamation, because we are not signatory to that. So that is a signal to the world that we are capable of doing anything by ourselves, not by begging. We let them allow us to be able to put our talent in practice. Let them allow us to be able to make use of what we have. Like when you go to some of the oceans or some of the rivers we have across, if the federal government can even give power to whom power is due to, we are going to make the sea motorable or walkable for all the flying boats and ships for our people to make use of it. I know how many people, I cannot be able to count how many people that have lost their life when trying to bring down their goods all the way from Lagos State to East. I cannot count how many people have been a victim when trying to come down all the way from Lagos International Airport to the East through land. So if they can be able to grant us our freedom, I believe that we are going to make sure that our people enjoy freedom and enjoy development in every part of the land of Biafra. Because every Biafran is talented and is very serious to make sure that it is productive. We are not a lazy people. That is the reason why wherever we go, we germinate a good seed. So I am very grateful for our able leader, Ijele Ndibo, who made it possible for we to gather to ask ourselves questions, for we to gather to decide on how to make sure that we put all these talents in practice, so that they will not die with us, so that our future generation is going to benefit from them. So I am very grateful and continue to thank our able leader who continue to put things in practice and not the talkative, who only make bragging, who only go around the area talking like a drunkard. But our able leader is an intelligent man who puts his action in practice. This is what we need. This is what they know us as. Because in our sometimes we used to say in Igbo language that the dogs that bark a lot do not bite. But the one that keeps silent when he's going to bite, and everybody will be wondering. So this is the character of an Igbo man. That is the reason why we always put a symbol of lion. So our able leader Ijele Ndibo have proven to the world that indeed we are capable and we are able to manage what we have our talent and whatsoever that God has given to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uche Digi. You made something very, very significant, that in the event of Biafra, we are going to bridge the ocean. There's no two ways about it. We are going to create the roads even in the air, because we have the talents, we have the wherewithal. Everybody knows that Biafra is God's gift to creation. I mean, to this particular creation, of course. Biafra is God's gift to humanity. Significantly have pointed it out. We are going to bridge the ocean when the hour comes. Show us where to stand and we shall move the earth. This is what I have just said now. Biafrans are on it. Where there are no roads, we are going to construct highways. Take it or leave it. Where there are no bridges across the oceans, we are going to construct bridges across the oceans. Where there are no rail lines, we are going to construct rail lines. We are going to bring into reality some of those things that confound the human imagination. I have always told you, Biafrans exist on earth, we equally exist in the nominal, that is in the spiritual realm. While we exist in the two phenomenon, we tell you, we interweave the two. We delve into the spiritual, we bring something we find there down to the earthly, and for the benefit of the living creatures. This is what Biafra is all about. And take it or leave it. When Biafra comes, the world will understand indeed that this indeed is a state created by God and put his own people there to tell the world that they still have much to benefit insofar as they trust in the Jehovah. Jude Chijoke, what do you have to say?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ikenna. In regard of the whole November 26th program, which went successfully, I think I will have to start with once again to tell all Biafrans a very big congratulations, because we said it and we did it. And at the same time, every bim-massob member who participated and who ensured that the same event went peacefully and very successfully. Thank you once again. And to our senior soldiers, Chief Dr. Raf Wazirike, Ijelendibo, we also give a special thanks to you, to all our native because there is a lot of displays actually, most especially the people that did a lot of native entertainment. These people also did well in terms of ensuring that Biafrans were fully entertained. Then on the area of our women, I think it skipped my mind yesterday, they did marvelously well. The way they participated, I saw most of their interviews, which they were allowed to speak to the Biafrans. They encourage women to join the bim-massob and to always ensure that they participate in every activity of bim-massob, because women always have a very big role to play when it comes in national affairs. So I tell you,
hold on, please. Uche Digi, could you help me disconnect H's now Odeze from there? Uche Digi, can you help me disconnect him? Uche, if you
can't see you get to disconnect him.
Okay, somebody then I have why Jude is still addressing us, I have to try and do it from here. Jude, go on please. I don't know, our brother in Japan, are you awake to us?
Yeah,
okay, please. I thought you were sleeping. That's why I asked them to see if they could disconnect you.
They can put it put.
Okay, so Jude, please, you round up. Then when you round up, we go to Japan and hear what our brother Echeza has to say concerning what happened on Sunday. Jude Chijoke, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. So in regard of the whole display, we were so happy. Then come to it, the main business of the day, there were a lot of exhibitions. And these exhibitions, has to do with a lot of handworks, which can showcase what Biafrans both the youths and then the matured ones and our scientists who are all over the world. I think we just showcase a little part of what Biafrans can produce, which the video and the pictures can speak for itself. When we talk of jets and submarine and cars, these are the products that we are actually displayed in many kinds of form to show that with a very big support, and when Biafra becomes an independent nation of its own, that they are going to do more and far better than what we have actually displayed. Now, come to the area of agriculture. I also saw some tubers of yam, plantain, and what have you. You see, this is exactly what we have been, preaching to the world, that Biafrans are going to do very well. The future of Biafran agriculture is assured. We are going to feed ourselves and export to the outside world. This is the program that the bim-massob have always been, putting on ground to ensure, showing to the world that even whenever we get Biafra, that we will not have any challenge or any problem in terms of feeding ourselves. And I believe by now, after watching the November 26th program, and I believe by now that the world is, assured now that they have seen the true leadership of Biafra. Because there's always been a lot of misinformation, there's always been a lot of misunderstanding in the air. People were now saying, who is actually the leader of Biafra? A leader of a particular nation cannot come to the air and be abusing people recklessly, boasting, calling all kinds of threats. So I believe after the November 26th program, which I believe that a lot of people that haven't seen the video will still have the opportunity to see it. I believe by now the world have seen who the true leadership of Biafra is, because during the time of Anambra state election, I'm talking of the governorship election that just concluded in November 18, the same Chief Dr. Raf, the leader of bim-massob, stepped his foot in Anambra state and went towards the head bridge and tell the people of Anambra that there will be election. And by the time he said, a lot of people were like, let's see how it goes. But at the end of everything, we can as well say today that the election has come and it has gone. And it was conducted peacefully and successfully. So
okay, hold on, let us take a caller. Hold on, let's take a call from, please. Hold on, please. Hello, caller online, ending with number 3573. This is Voice of Biafra International. We are on air. Say your mind. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we are online with Voice of Biafra International. We are reviewing what happened at Owerri during last Sunday. What are your experiences? Or any other thing you can tell Biafrans?
I'm one of the Biafran and one of the security.
Okay, you are welcome. So how did it go that very day? What were your experiences? Biafrans would like to know from you.
What Biafra want to know from me?
Yeah, your own experiences as a member of the security.
I'm one of the security calling from the region.
Yes. You were at Owerri on Sunday?
No, I'm sick that day.
Very, very sorry. Very, very sorry. Let our Jehovah make you recover quickly. We are reviewing what happened at Owerri that very day. It was a very big success. That's what we are doing now on air, to tell our people who were not present what actually happened.
What happened that day?
Yes, our visitors were there, very many of them from different walks of life. Many people from different parts of Africa and the international community, they gathered there. First of all, to celebrate the memory of Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. And during the same day, Biafrans were able to display a lot of individual and collective talents. Biafrans brought out their airplanes they manufactured, vehicles they manufactured, and more especially from our agricultural, experiments, we brought out very many big tubers of yam, different things we can call agro produce. to show that we can feed ourselves in case of any emergency in the Federation. Apart from that, the world were able to know, the world rather was able to know who the leader of Biafra is, and to make a statement that indeed, with what they saw, Biafra has come to be. These were part of the things that happened that very day. You got me clearly? You heard what I said?
I heard you very well.
Okay, thank you very much. So please, next time, we wouldn't like you to be sick, because as a member of security, you're supposed to be healthy always. If a security man is sick, then those he's protecting, what is going to happen? Do we want us to run away? No. So we wish you a quick recovery, our brother, please. Thank you very much. Now back to Jude. I don't know if you have finished. Please round up before we take the call. No, I'm talking to our brother who is talking to us from Lagos. Yeah, Jude Chijo, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Let me round up. So, like I am saying, that the world has paid attention to Biafra, and now they've been able to know, yes, truly, this same leader that we are talking about, that we have been watching for quite some time, has displayed what and the kind of person that is made. The same leader is the person who came to Anambra during the time of before the election and said there will be election, and then eventually the election came and then it passed, and they watched the way we will conduct ourselves, that the election is among the most peaceful and the most turned out from the state of Anambra. Then I think the world, there is nothing else to add to it. The world has known, yes, this man is the man that is going to be leading Biafra. This is the leader, this is the true authority of Biafra. So I would like to tell any doubting, person that is still doubting to come or to go online and watch, how this the November 26th program was celebrated. You will see that Biafra is already here. That whoever that goes about preaching violence, thinking that we are going to achieve something, you are going to achieve Biafra by abusing people, should have a rethink. So my message to all Biafrans is that they should, keep up the good work. The world is watching, that we have been able to showcase to the world what the stuff that we are made of. So that is my stake to this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jude, for that. You really reminded us of something that was very, very important. When you delved into cultural activities, some of the displays that particular day. In fact, if we could keep on with that very pace, during any particular Olympic Games, Biafra is going to prove a point to the whole world. These are the things other countries of the world put together and come there and win gold. So when you talk about culture, the dance, the traditional displays we had that very day, it recalled me to memory what actually happens during any Olympic Games, where the whole world gather to make sure to display their individual and collective talents. So we are telling our Biafrans, we have to keep the pace on, so that with time we shall develop all these things. We can even take a kind of journey tours to display our cultural talents. This is very, very important. So there is no end to what Biafra can do. There is no limit to what Biafra can offer to the international community. This is what we are saying. Now let us move down to Japan, where our brother Echezona Udeze is. Echezona, are you still there with us?
Very, 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 very here with you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Where the last Sunday was a very big success, call it tremendous. From what was displayed that very day, the world is now saying indeed that Biafra has come to be and the leadership is there. So much as you were in faraway Japan, in this era of technology, you must have, let me say, observed everything that happened there. Even through our YouTube, you must have seen everything. So how do you appraise this? What do you have to say about what happened at Owerri and what we stand to learn, and how we are going to prepare ourselves for Biafra to come?
Yes, my brother, thank you so much. I saw a little bit of what happened. Though I expected it to be like that because when you see a tree that people goes around trying to pull down or trying to eat from the fruit, or some people trying to pick some fruit, some seed from it, that means that seed be a good fruit. I recommend the handwork of Chief Rafael was Rike and Mazom Bin so far. They have been making some great moves to prove to the entire world that Biafra is a nation which can stand on their own without depending on anybody, without depending on any country. And this is what the world are looking up to see if we are qualified or matured to be on our own. But that very day, I saw some big tubers of yam and some important personnel from Igbo land. I saw some Ezes, some big peoples in Igbo land, even in Nigeria.
You even saw bags of rice produced by our members. Bags of rice. They were not imported at all. They were not imported.
That's what that's where I'm coming to, because what brought almost the whole world together, where it's not just a 12 here, but it's more than that. For them to come and see that we are who we are. Though I saw some people trying to insult themselves or mock themselves, they couldn't see the performance and what they brought out, that the only what they could see is some guests that come to some visitors that come to the event. Mostly some Hausa people that come there, that's only what they see. But people have forgotten that before you get something good, you must have passed through some relationship with your enemy somehow. So that very day was not just displaying our farm product. It was not just displaying our aeroplane or whatever, but it is more than what people think. It's more than what the world could imagine that these people can do. But sometimes I'm not surprised when I see all those things, because I know who we are and I know what we are capable of doing. I know what we are qualified to do. So it doesn't move me when I see such things, because I know we can do more than that. This is just the 10% or 5% of what we can do. I know who we are, I know where we come from, I know what we are qualified to. But I say thank you for who is trying to prove to the world and to the entire Africa that Biafra is qualified to be on her own, to take care of herself, to feed herself, and to run a country where a United Nations will not be coming to help us to feed us, or African Union will come to feed us, or the world will come to feed us, or come to help us. We are qualified to do everything possible. And also that proves to the world also that Wazirike is a peaceful man, and Mazab is a non-violence good. Because with what you saw that day, they will understand that if Wazirike want violence or war, he can gather people that can even produce gun, that can even produce bomb to fight back our enemy. But instead of producing those dangerous weapons to destroy life, we produce what we use to help life, what we use to support life, which is food and other things which makes life easier and better. And that's what a leader was made for. That is what a good leader was standing for. Not for insulting and attacking and abusing everybody, trying to put down everybody, but instead he is doing it the other way around, where it will better some life, where the youth can find a job, where the youth can create something on their own, trying to build up a creative youth who is ready to live and work hard in their life. I still want to thank Chief Rap once again, and I encourage him to continue the way he is going, because a day will come that the world will rise to say, to declare the leader of Biafra by themselves, not by the mouth or by fighting or by insulting or by attacking anybody. The world will wake up one day and announce the real leader of this Biafra. And I said it before, and I keep on repeating it again, that Biafra will be a great and wonderful nation. Whatever happens, let's focus on the secret of Biafra. Though there's a lot of traction, but once we focus on where we are going, we must get there. Thank you so much, Mr. Ikenegono. I also appreciate your hard job which you are doing for Germany there to make sure that things work out for Biafra. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much, our brother Echezena Udeze from Japan. Honestly, you made something very, very important. You made a very important statement there. And that is it. That the world has known right now that Chief Dr. Ralph Owazike is a very peaceful man. He gathered such a large crowd that were able to display things that could help humanity, not things that can destroy humanity. Everything the members of the bim-massob people displayed were things that could be of help to humanity. The same Chief Owazike can equally direct all these boys to produce things that can destroy humanity. But he says no to that. He doesn't want destructions. All he wants is to enhance humanity, to make life more beneficial to our people. Let us produce those things we can export and earn foreign revenue. These are the things we are doing. I must be sincere with you. I was very, very impressed, highly elated when I watched the screen and saw very many big tubers of yam everywhere. With this, we can produce a lot of things, samovita, semolina, grease, and what have you, special things that can feed our people. We have varieties from yam tubers. We can equally from there ask foreign powers to come and give us some of these processing machines for us to be preserving all this, at all times, not just during the season. You can imagine that. We have a lot of varieties, and that is true. Now, in this modern age, where powers that want to dominate the world decide on their fate, take example North Korea. Despite intimidations and threats of war extermination coming from the United States of America, North Korea still stands her ground. Why? Because it has the muscle, the technological muscle to withstand any challenges. At the same time, America is threatening fire and brimstone because America possesses the wherewithal to go extra miles to do anything. The same thing is Germany. The same thing is France. The same thing is Britain. The same thing is Russia, among others. Mention China equally. Biafra is going to be one of the powerful nations. We are here to produce some of those that will make us challenge any country in the world. This is what we are heading. This is where we are heading. So when you see our boys display different designs of fighter jets, bomber jets, carriers, whatever you find it, that's to show that with time, once we are giving this particular encouragement, Biafra is going to be a nation to behold. These are the things we are producing to help ourselves. Apart from using this thing to help ourselves, to defend ourselves, we are going to export some of them and earn something for other things we need, from here and there. This is what the bim-massob family is doing, and this is exactly the importance of that very day, which our brother from Japan, Echezra Odessa, has reminded us, is very, very important. He that could produce something that can better humanity can equally produce something that can destroy the same humanity. But the bim-massob family, led by Chief Wazike, does not want to produce things that will destroy humanity, rather things that will benefit immensely the humankind. These are the things we are expecting. Like everybody has said, we are not here to make noise. We are not here to punish everybody. Okay, let me say our brother Chukwuemeka Joseph Abaze is saying that our aim is to promote life and not to destroy life. From what he saw that very day, this is what our brother Chukwuemeka Joseph Abaze is saying, that our own aim is to promote life and not to destroy it. You can see, since the bim-massob family has been organizing everything, no life has been lost. Police has not shot anybody. The army has not shot anybody. Even if somewhere along the line, the military and police arrest anybody, you know them. They will just want money. They want a kickback. Just give them something and they go. That is why they arrest. Not that anything is bad. No, we understand. So what we do, our aim is to promote life, to make life more abundant, more beneficial for our people, and not to destroy life. We are not here to boast. Our actions, our activities are what tell us what to do. So we are informing our people that they have to join the bim-massob family. This is where we are. In the same vein, like we have told our people, from next year, we are going to start Biafra League. Be it known to you, from next year, we are going to start Biafra League. We are using this opportunity to tell our boys and girls, our young boys and girls, to start now getting registered with the sports department of the bim-massob family. We are starting Biafra League next year. And let me inform, most emphatically, let me inform every Biafran. This Biafra League comprises every Biafran, no matter where you belong. Let me repeat. Biafra League we are going to start early next year is going to involve every Biafran, no matter where you belong. Whether you belong to IPOB, you're a Biafran. Whether you belong to Zionist movement, you're a Biafran. Whether you belong to Obedient Human Rights, you're a Biafran. Any group you belong to, the Biafra League is for you, and the bim-massob family is providing this particular platform for you to come and showcase what you can do for Biafra. We have informed our people that Biafra is going to be the first African country to carry the World Cup. And this is the time for us to start preparing our boys, our young boys and girls, by catching them young. This is our promise. Take it or leave it. Biafra is going to be the first African country to carry the World Cup. Early next year, the Biafra League shall commence. If you don't know how to submit your name, or if you know of anybody who is well gifted in the field of soccer, submit their name to bim-massob headquarters Owerri, or to sports minister, or alternatively, you can submit your name to any member of the Voice of Biafra International crew, and we'll take your name down to the bim-massob headquarters. We want to catch our young boys and girls who are going to display a lot of wonders by bringing pride to Biafra land. These are the things we are saying. This league is for everybody, boys and girls. We are prepared to sponsor you to any level. We are going to undertake a tour, a soccer tour, training tour of the nation, and equally the whole of West African sub-region. We are inviting all of you. This is the time for you to take the rare opportunity. You have seen what the bim-massob family can do. So, if you can play good football, join us. If you have some technology to display by way of invention or discovery, join us. Even in the field of science, if you have something to prove to us, show us. In the field of marine, show us what you can do. Even more especially in agriculture, which we can never do without. It's something that can sustain us for long. Without food, we cannot survive. The soldiers in the battlefield, scientists in the lab, everybody can never survive unless there is food in their stomach. This is why we have to lay strong emphasis on agrarian policy. From what we saw that very day, very many tubers of yam harvested locally from our farms. Very many bags of rice, none of them was imported. These things were produced locally by our men and women. Plantain, banana, pineapple, different species of fruits. Name them. Who says that Biafra has not come to be? We are here to prove a point to the whole world that Biafra is a nation in the making, and as soon as Biafra comes to be, take it or leave it, the whole world will come to listen to us. Let me introduce Valentine Mugoji, who is right now with us. Valentine, please say hello to our fellow Biafrans. And what are your impressions about what happened last Sunday?
Fellow Biafrans, good evening to you all. I want to thank everybody who has been part of this broadcast tonight. On Sunday, by the grace of God, I was at Ojukwu Memorial Library and I saw everything for myself. I was not told what happened, I saw all that happened. And like what my brother Ikenna was saying, I believe that if Biafra comes, we will not lack food to eat. We saw food, both yam, our locally processed rice, we have the plantains, banana, what have you. Everything you can think of, all of them are produced in Biafra land. And we also saw technology. The children came in with so many things that they built by themselves. We saw the aircraft, we saw the fighter jets, we even saw the bulldozer that was packing sand and pouring into a tipper that went to tip it, and when you plug it, it is working. In fact, it was marvelous in our eyes. We saw the young scientists that did all these things. They were all growing up, and I believe if they are trained, they will do more than this. So I want to tell each and every one of us that Biafra has all.
Yeah, I think we have lost him once again. What he's trying to say that Biafra has what it takes to go to the moon. And just like our brother who is hooked on to us, Chukuma Joseph Abase is saying, this is time for talent hunt. This is a time for us to hunt out our talents, and we must keep on hunting them out, registering them, training them, sponsoring them, and making sure that they become somebody in life for the interest of the Biafran people. Valentine, are you once again with us? No. Yeah, go on, please. If you are still with us, go on. Okay, when you are connected, I will know. So, what we are saying is this.
Yes, much more.
Okay, go on, please. Go on.
Yeah, like what I was saying, if you look at the Japanese, the Americans, and many advanced nations, they started getting these children when they were small, and they start training them from childhood, and when they grow up, they become what they want to be in future. So I believe if we start bringing these children up from now that they are little, with this knowledge they have, by tomorrow we'll have a great nation. Our nation will be one of the greatest nations of the world. That is one thing I saw, and I believe that by the grace of God, God is going to do something great through those children. And I saw Biafrans building bridges. We saw Major Hamza and Mustafa, Alhaji Yerima Shetima was there, and Frederick Fashono was there. Many people were there from the north and from the south, and they were all happy seeing what we are doing, seeing the flag flying high, seeing many people. The crowd was so much. So you see that when you are in friendship with people, they know that you are not living to break this nation, but you want to pull out of them and be separate so that they can be our neighbors. We and them can interchange our businesses and what have you. That is, we are not to destroy Nigeria, but we want to get our Biafra, and Nigeria will still remain as Nigeria. That is what we saw that day. So all of us, we are staying happily, so that even if we go, there will be no quarreling, there will be no problem. We will live at our best levels. So what I want to assure our people is that we should make our minds to be free. We should see the next person as our neighbor, not as our enemies. And it will help us to go a long way. And it will help us to get the Biafra we have been fighting for, the Biafra of our choice, the Biafra we have been seeking for.
and it will make us to live happily with everybody around us. This is what I want to say tonight. Thank you, Oracle.
Honestly, you made very important statements there. And our people who are listening have heard you. Everybody is saying something. That we must begin earlier, hunting out. I'm using the word used by our brother Chukwemeka Joseph Abasi, hunting out, and it's an appropriate word, hunting out our young talents and make them have a pride of place in our society. And Valentine, you really emphasized on it, that some of these superpowers, America, Russia, Germany, France, Britain, China, why are they technologically advanced? It is because they start earlier hunting out their talents in their midst. We have always said it, and again, that these are our children. When they are born with special talents from the spiritual realm. If you doubt me, bring a child from Russia, a child who is under, let me say, within 7 months from Russia. Bring another child from America under 7 months. Bring another one from Britain, another one from Germany, from Russia. The one from Russia speaks Russian language. The one from China speaks Chinese language. The one from Germany speaks Dutch language. The one from America, English language. Get one from Yoruba, one from Hausa, one from Biafra land. Each of the child is under 7 months old. Put all of them together, they will understand themselves. No two ways about it. They communicate easily. They understand their languages, different languages. The one from Russia will speak Russian language. The Igbo child will understand under 6-7 months old. The one from America will speak English language. The one from China will understand, and vice versa. It becomes a healthy interaction of children from the spiritual realm. How is it that these children who have never met before are able to understand one another? What is the miracle behind it? Has anybody ever bothered to find out the miracle behind children from different linguistic backgrounds understanding one another when they are brought together? That is to prove a point that they exist still in the spiritual realm where the language is the same. But in the earthly, there are different variations to it. That is why they understand one another. And this is true. What we are trying to say is this. We have to bring our little children together. We hunt them out. Get them out wherever they are. Some might have the talents, but because they are deprived of some privileges, opportunities, they wouldn't be able to blossom. Seek them out in the villages. This is exactly the word which our brother Chukwemeka Joseph Abasi used. Let us go to the villages and hunt them out. Let us move down to the villages, hunt out all these people. When I was reading news from BVI Channel 1 Anambra today, I read what Vincent Anenugu said, that during the December time, even though we don't agree, but he said something that was very, very important, and I agree with him, that during the December time, people should go back to the villages and look for good talents and bring them up to limelight, which is 100% correct. Let us move down to the villages, hunt out the talents in our midst that do not have the opportunity to showcase themselves. Let us move down to the villages, bring them out, train them, give them the opportunity, sufficient opportunity for them to become useful to themselves and to Biafran society when tomorrow comes. And when we do this, I put it to you and I challenge you, I submit to you that it's a matter of time. Biafra is going to go to the moon. Let us start now to hunt out all these our young boys and girls in every department of human endeavor. Let us hunt them out. Let us assign them to technology, to sciences, to agriculture. Let us assign them to even to commerce. What do you have? Even to marine. Name them. There are different fields of endeavor in this human life. Why can't we make use of every available opportunity at our own disposal? This is the thing we are talking about. We must not allow the Biafran child to suffer. We must not allow the Biafran child to languish. We must not allow the Biafran child to go begging. No, begging is not part of our culture, and we say no to that. We must do everything possible to protect the Biafran child. We must accommodate them. We must show them the way where they are going to become humans. We are going to take the Biafran child that we belong to you, you belong to us. And whatever opportunity available anywhere, anytime, we are going to expose the Biafran child to take advantage of them. This is what we are talking about. And this is exactly what Chief Dr. Rafu Wazike means when he said that the bim-massob family is there to accommodate our people. And we are going to accommodate them. Look at what happened at Owerri. Nobody preached war. Even our detractors, those some people preaching to be our enemies, they were there sympathizing with us in our endeavors, in our struggles. They were there saying that there's nobody that is stopping Biafra insofar as we carry out our agitation within the ambit of the law. And that is quite obvious. We don't preach war. We don't preach hostility. We don't preach attackations or hate speeches. No. We are rather building bridges, extending olive branch, and telling our people that this is the time for us now to come and showcase what we have in store for the entire humanity. This is what Biafra is all about. If you check the screen now as we are broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook, you can see Biafran children there in their beauty, in their handsomeness. These are the people we are talking about. These are the people we are preparing Biafra for. These are the children, the leaders of tomorrow. We are talking about them. We are preparing for them. Let us move down to the villages like Vincent Anenugu said in his Biafra Channel 1. Go to the village this particular Christmas, not just to go and drink and eat, junket. No. Move down to the villages, move around, find out the talents hidden. Bring them to limelight. If you don't know how to do it, write to Voice of Biafra International. We relay the message and the person's identity to bim-massob headquarters. I tell you, it's a matter of time the person shall be shining at the Olympics in favor of Biafra as a modern republic, standing firm and unshakable before any other international community. This is what Biafra is all about. I don't know if Uchenna Okeke is online with us now. Uchenna Okeke, you're trying to give signal. Hello, Uchenna Okeke. Oh, it seems we have lost him. Now, let us go back to Ghana now, where Uche Digi is. Uche Digi, are you still with us? Hello, Uche Digi. Yeah, I don't know if our brother H is still on with us. I'd like to ask you questions on how things are done in Japan. H is Udes, are you with us there?
Yeah.
Okay, please, at times we say Biafra is going to be the Japan of Africa. Take it again. Our people keep on saying Biafra is going to be the Japan of Africa. And by sheer coincidence, you are a Biafran and you are right now in Japan. Could you please take a few seconds or minutes and tell fellow Biafrans, what are those things that are found or produced or manufactured in Japan that make the world say, we want to be like Japan?
Yeah, my brother, that's a very good question. One thing, not all about what Japan manufacture, number one, but it is all about seriousness.
Exactly.
It's all about commitment. Japan doesn't joke with what they are doing. It doesn't joke with their product. So that's why Japan remains the only country in the world today that can never produce fake products or low quality products. The first thing is that Japan have what they call Japan standard, which they have vowed as well never to reduce it for any reason, whether for money's sake or for economy's sake. They never reduce it. It stands as Japan quality. In most of the countries like China, some other countries in the world, they reduce the quality of their product in order to produce more quantity to Africa, something like that. But here in Japan, they believe in their quality, they stand in their quality. No matter how you try to push them, no matter how you try to convince them, they strongly believe in that their own quality. Another thing is that Japan is another thing is that Japan is a country where they took what they are doing serious. They are very, very serious about whatever they are doing. They create the job, they protect the workers, and they make sure that the work goes to exactly the way they want it. That is number one thing is seriousness. That's number one quality they have, seriousness, and they make everything possible to make sure that those things they create are working very fine. That is number one thing about Japan. Looking at all these things they are producing, they produce most things they produce mostly for themselves, not for the world, but for themselves. You know, when you know one thing like if you are cooking for yourself, if you're cooking for yourself, you'll be careful to make a very good food for yourself. But if you're cooking for public, sometimes you may say after it's public, you know, you cook it somehow, though people will still eat it and say it's sweet. Some hungry people will eat it and say it's okay. But when you are cooking for yourself, you become very careful. Or when you are building a car you want to use, you have to put original things there. That is the standard of Japan. So everything they do it with carefulness and give support. They give full support to anybody who could come up with anything, including foreigners in Japan. So if you're a foreigner and you have anything that will support this nation and to move it forward, they are ready to have to make sure you brought the best of yourself and give to the country. So this one, since I came to Japan, I've been watching, I'm studying how things are going, and I've been thinking of what I will bring from Japan to my own nation, to my own country, not only in Biafra or Igbo land, but in Nigeria at large and in Africa at large. Like here, I'm under building construction. And when I saw the way things is going there, how matured they are, how they do things in a beautiful way in their construction, I feel very glad and happy that I have seen something to brought down to my own people. I'm working in a building construction since I came to Japan, and I have come to choose that very particular job as my own destiny and my own talent. Because though it's not that the work is giving me so much money, but there's one thing there's no reason why I concentrate on that job. The reason is that in every part of the world, construction moves. Construction is part of every country. It's almost number one in every country. It's almost number one. Like it's fighting with this food of a thing. Because with good construction of bridge, roads, and houses, it saves life. Same way food also survives. So I concentrate on that job because I want to bring back to Igbo land. I'm talking about Igbo land now. I want to bring back to Igbo land the system of Japan technology in building aspects, in construction aspects. I want to bring that to our father's land, at least in order to enable our youth to have job, to have employment. This is one of the reasons why I always said I can never be part of people who is supporting this youth to go out and die. Instead, I will bring something to them that will sustain them, that will give them job, that will feed them and give them money. Here in Japan, when you see Japan product, for example, in the whole of Africa, when you brought when you brought other countries' goods in Africa today and bring Japan products, people must buy Japan product before buying the other goods. You know, Japan car has a right hand steering, while other American Germany car has left hand steering. But once you drop that Japan car in Ladipo market or in Africa, once you drop it, people will rush to come and buy it because they know what they're buying. Because Japan have refused to lower the quality for any reason. You know, there is one thing they always say in Japan. You know, it's like their pride. They they'll tell you "Koko Nihon," but that means that here is Japan. Well, they're always proud of saying, they tell you that here is Japan. This is where we do things. This is where we do things. They don't copy anybody. They do it direct the way it's supposed to be, the way it's supposed to help people, not the way it will help them or help them to make money or help them to what they think first is human life. So this is exactly what I want in our land. And I will also want some of our children also, when time comes, we gather them, some of them who we can sponsor them to come and learn more. Because I begin to understand why God brought me to Japan and not to other places. It's about to learn more and add to what we know before and move forward. Honestly, my brother, Japan remains one of the best countries in the world, one of the most peaceful countries in the world, one of the most safety countries in the world. And this is this type of Biafra I am expecting. Apart from it, I don't need any other Biafra apart from the Biafra where people move on the street freely. A Biafra where somewhat, there's one thing our people used to say here. They say that if you are sick, once you get to the door of hospital, you are healed in Japan here. Because when you get to the door of the hospital, you will see healing already. Because they are ready to do everything possible to save one life. To save one single life. Not talk about when it comes to many people. So this is the peaceful, the level of peaceful, the level I see peace in Japan. I don't think there's any country in the world that have that such peace and unity in Japan. So I want the system of the culture of Japan and our culture is almost the same. Their tradition and our tradition is almost the same. I want to come up with some things later. When you see some, there's some people answer the name Shik. I don't know if you have any idea of that.
Of course, we do.
Yeah, there are many other things I saw. There's a place called Awaji in Japan here. Awaji.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a place called Awaji. New Awaji, they call it New Awaji. If you begin to hear some names with the names we have together with Japan people, you'll be surprised. I come to dig deep. I come to dig deep what Japan is all about. Some time ago, I went to my in-law place. The man was about 83 years. He brought one big book and showed me when they come to do some farm product in Owerri. He showed me I was like surprised. Though I'm not surprised because I know what we are anyway. The man showed me when they visited Owerri, about 40 people when they came to Owerri to do some farm research. When they came to Owerri to do some farm research, I was looking, I said, oh, this is wonderful. Because I know they come to take a lot of things from us. I told people that the relationship up with Japan, and when we come down, when we settle down, we will search out what connects us with Japan, because we have a lot of connection with Japan And the same technology they have, we have it also. But only that the world are fighting against the Igbos not to come out to be what we are supposed to be. We have almost the same technology. We have something in common. We have the same mindset with Japan. We have the same heart with Japan. You could remember during the Olympic time when Nigeria could not sponsor the Olympic team. When they came, it would be supported them with $30,000. There was a man called Tagati Clinic. It's a kind of it's a clinic owner. He traveled from Japan here to Olympic, the place they played Olympic with $390,000 to hand it over to the KLOB, not to Nigerian, because some people don't understand what happened there. He did not give that money to Nigeria, to the Olympic team, but he gave that money to the KLOB to continue his good job. This is what our youth have not learned. Mikel Obi did that thing out of love he had for other people, not for Nigeria, for Nigerians, but he did it for the love he has for his fellow teammates. He put only $30,000. Why this man came to that Olympic ground and give them $390,000, which times 13 of the money Mikel Obi give. Times 13. Mikel Obi give him $30,000. Why from there? The man saw something in that young man called Mikel Obi, who is a Biafra, who has a pure Igbo man. He saw some zeal in him. He saw some good heart in him. He saw some, some things shining from him. He left Japan. And the worst part of it, this man could not speak English. As Japanese people, they don't speak English. Most of them don't speak English. But he saw that thing. There's one statement he made mistaken. He said that if you bring 7 months old child, if they come together in a place from different countries and speak different languages, they will understand it. That is how it works. This man saw the language of Mikel Obi. He understands the language of Mikel Obi, even though Mikel Obi cannot speak Japanese and he himself cannot speak English. But he saw the language of Mikel Obi, and now he has to respond to him immediately. This man doesn't think about how big Nigeria is. He doesn't think about the type of oil Nigeria have. He doesn't think about the millions and billions and trillions of money that that the politicians are being put in Nigeria. But he moved from his house with $390,000 to go and support this young man who happens to be the captain of this team, not even the coach. Not even the coach or the manager, but the captain. But he did something that surprises him. And the man stood in his house watching it. He said, if this young man would contribute $30,000 for the sake of these people, what am I waiting for? Why wouldn't I go? This is the area I told our youth. If our youth understand what Biafra stands for and start working the way it's supposed to be, the entire world will start supporting, even if they don't want. We're forced to. It's not a matter of insulting people, attacking people, abusing people, accusing people, trying to put people down in the name of Biafra. What happened if Mikel Obi say, I'm a Biafra, I will not go to Olympic, I'm a Biafra, I will not support this team? But he did it, and he saw the outcome. He saw the blessing from Japan. That's why I tell people that the only country I keep on saying it wrongly, even before the man gave them that money. I keep on saying it wrongly. The only country that can support us in the world about Biafra is Japan. Now that's when we come peacefully. That is when, because Japan hates anything violent. They hate anything, even street fights. Since I came to Japan, since 2006 I came to Japan, I have not seen people fighting on the street. They hate violence. But when you come with non-violence, they will give you 100%. But once any little violence is there, just ordinary fuck you, they hate it. So the way they put their life is not really about technology. Even their technology is in their mouth also. It's in their heart also. It's in their character. It's in their behavior. They construct their world. They construct their behavior. They construct their character. Like as you say, they should go to villages and search the young youth out. They search everything out of themselves. The standard of their life here Japan is like heaven on earth, and that's what I want to see in Biafra. Japan is like heaven on earth. You know, we are Christians, but Japan here, they are not Christians, but they live according to the word of God. They live according to the word of God. So some of them behave somehow, but if you come across a real Japanese, you will love to live in Japan forever. If you come across a real Japanese, you will love to live in Japan forever. The same way when you meet a real Igbo man in Igbo land, as a foreigner, they will treat you like the kind of king. They will treat you like your queen. When you meet a real Japanese, you understand that you are meeting a real Igbo man. You know, it was when I came to Japan, I understand a lot of things from the way our real Igbo people behave. Like, let me take one example. Like when I was in Nigeria, my father, when you hurt my father, it pains him to bone. It feels so bad. When I get to Japan, I begin to show the same thing with Japanese. If you see somebody who his heart is clear, when you offend him, it pains him very deeply. But when you see an evil man, when you hurt an evil man, it doesn't pain him because he will hurt another person immediately. He will hurt another person. So that's why this is the reason why Japan, a lot of Japanese, you know, some of them kill themselves, some of them commit suicide, because what you did to them pains them so much, and it is what they cannot do to others. They are not ready to hurt anybody. They are not ready to fight anybody. They are not ready to destroy people. They stand for peace. A lot of countries has threatened this country, Japan. Japan still stand on that peaceful Japan, non-violent Japan. Not that they don't have the quality or the right back, but they stand on what they believe. They say no. They stand for non-violence. They stand for peaceful Japan. A lot of countries has tried to put them or try to move them in fighting war, but they said no, that they are not ready to fight anybody. They want to live a peaceful life. So this is what I expect in our land, and thank God when you say that they are talking about that Biafra will be Japan of Africa, not Japan of Africa, but Japan of the world. The same thing, the same level and the same quality of Japan we have here in Japan here, the same quality of Japan we are going to have in Biafra land, where we will tolerate each other, where we will accept each other, where we embrace peace and unity. That is why I still say that Comrade Consson was really remain the leader of Biafra for doing it the way Japan is doing it. If we in our prayer we say, amen, let me put it this way, because when you call for peace, people will see you and follow you. My brother, let me stop here for now because I have a lot to say about this country. They are wonderful, and we would like to build ourselves to be in the same position with them and move forward with them. Then we can join hands together. Thank you so much.
Thank you 1,000 times, our brother Echezena Udeze. Honestly, I asked you to take a few minutes or seconds, but when you started the marathon, we were lost. We felt like you continue until the end of the program. You see, that is why it's good to ask questions at times, not just at times, but always. We have not known that we have a kind of creative affinity with Japan. We have not known the character of an average Japanese man. We have not known what they value so much and what they disvalue. Now you have given us in proper perspective, though briefly, what it is to say Biafra would be the Japan, we said of Africa, but you said no. Because of their own comparative analysis, he say it is not going to be the Japan of Africa, but the Japan of the whole world. Because from every available statistics, it appears we share the same blood with the Japanese people. And in addition to that, everything we do in Biafra land is done in Japan, but not everything that is done in Japan is done in Biafra land for a reason that we are not yet technologically advanced like them, and it is because we have not yet achieved our own independence. But the moment we do that, we shall challenge the Japan of Asia by standing firm to say, we indeed are the Japanese of the whole world. And while you were even telling us of the qualities and quantities of Japan, what makes them a very admirable country, our brother who is hooked on to us, Chukwemeka Joseph Abaze, is telling us that even that very day, on the eve of the 26th, there was a special drink brewed by Biafrans. Special quality drinks brewed by Biafrans. It is called Biafra Gidigbam. That's the name of the drink, Biafra Gidigbam. That he drank this particular drink with relish, and it was very, very enervating. This is exactly what we are saying. Biafrans are highly talented, but the question is, what is holding us? Why can't the international community allow Biafra to go? They should stop sabotaging us. Why can't Nigeria and Africa say, Biafra, go? That you will make more meaning to the development of the entire African continent. Why can't the world come and say, these people have a lot to offer to humanity. Let us give them this opportunity to prove a point. But we are not deterred, because he that must survive, first of all, encounter difficulties on the way. Of course, we know that our Lord Jesus Christ, before he became the Lord of Lords, he had his own cross towards Calvary, and he fell 3 times, and he got up 3 times. He was eventually crucified, but yet he did not relent. He did not forget humanity. He would just look down with due sense of humility and say, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. So there will be a time we shall stand and look down to the humanity and say, Father Jehovah, forgive those who stood against us, because they knew not what they were doing. In trying to render their own heartstrings, they thought they were trying to uproot our own inexistent propensities. We are telling our God, please forgive Nigeria, forgive Africa, forgive any other part of the world that is standing against the Biafra emergence. There will be a time when we shall be on your own proclamation, you Jehovah, on your own proclamation, whenever you say that it's time for me, for my people to go back to the promised land, the homeland Biafra. There will be no Pharaoh to stand against us, and there will be no Herod to judge against us. No. We shall move in droves, entering the Noah's Ark, even those of us who will be crossing the Red Sea or the River Niger, even if they are swallowed by the sheep or the fish, the same way that swallowed Jonah, we vomit them in homeland Biafra. The journey has started. We beckon you, Jehovah. Listen to the voice of your people, to our supplications, to our prayers. We may have sinned, it is true. We may have offended you, either consciously or unconsciously. Our forefathers would have offended you, consciously or unconsciously. There are times, O Lord Jesus Christ, our Jehovah, when we commit some of these atrocities without consenting indeed by our will what they meant. Bear with us, because we are human beings, and while we exist in this particular planet, the tendency for us to be part of the sinful humanity can never be ruled out. This is why from day to day, from month to month, and year to year, we ask you, our infinite Jehovah, come over, let your pillar of darkness stand before us in the day, in the night time, and let your pillar of cloud stand before us in the daytime. We are moving towards the promised land. Be before us, be behind us, equally be by the side of us, so that no enemy shall do anything possible to deter our homeward journey. We have offended you, our Jehovah, and we kneel humbly asking you to forgive us, never for us again to sin against your infinite wisdom. We are subordinate to you. We are faithful to you. We are kneeling to you before you in humble subordination to your almighty nature. Here we are with penitent spirits. Here we are trying to offer our own restitution that we have come short of the glory. Take us back. Lead us back to Biafra land. Nigeria is becoming a country that devours its own inhabitants because they consider everybody to be the children of Achan. We would not like to exist there further. Father, Lord Jesus Christ, our own Jehovah. Take us back to Biafra land where we shall exist to give you the full worship of our life. There we shall be, not to mix the worship of you with the worship of the supreme other deities. No, you are the infinite Jehovah, the be all and the end all. Take us to your promised land. We promise to exist for you. We promise to worship you. We promise to call you our own Jehovah at all times, even when other foreign powers shall be worshiping other gods. We shall remain ever and ever subordinate to you. Listen to the prayers, to the supplications of your Biafran people, the Igbo race. You know, indeed, we are the descendants of the old Israelites. Remember our grand ancestor God, buried today in Anambra State, where his own grave still lies there for people from various parts of the world to come and pay obeisance and homage. We are the children of this particular parentage, and we are here to tell you, Jehovah, the promise you made to our father, to Jacob, to Abraham, those promises still exist. Do not deny us of the sufficient privilege to enjoy from this particular promise. We are still your own children, no matter the level of atrocities we might have committed. Did we create ourselves, oh Lord Jesus Christ, or our God our Father? No. We didn't create ourselves. How we came to this earth, you know better. Not as we could have been part of it, but you had the better offer, the more power to determine our fate. But when you allowed us to come here, it was to prepare a ground to return to you. The way we shall return to you is not through Nigeria, but through Biafra. Where then together we shall be rollicking and gambolling when we come back to you in the spectrum of the celestial variety. These are the things we ask you, Jehovah. We are here, our unbended knees. Hear our prayers, hear our supplications. From the voice of Biafra International, we are beckoning on you, O Jehovah. Bless our leader, Chief Dr. Rafo Wazirike, who has been sacrificing his own convenience to make sure that our people have bearing in this life. Bless him abundantly, give him more wisdom. Bless his followers, those of them who always sacrifice whatever they have to make sure that our people come to learn light. Bless everybody abundantly. To our own people in diaspora, bless them, give them the talent. Wherever they be, bless them that they may come back to Biafra land to establish those things you have granted to them while they were in foreign land. Thank you, our Jehovah. And we are looking forward to a time when Voice of Biafra International shall be broadcasting from Biafra land and no more from Germany. By then, we shall say we are very much at home. Thank you, fellow broadcasters, for being with us. Thank you, Chijoke, for being with us. Thank you, our brother H.S. na Udeze. Thank you, Uche Digi. Thank you, everybody who has been here with us. We so much appreciate your contributions. And for the next 10 minutes before we come to the end of this program, the floor is open. Say what you want, a kind of thanksgiving to Almighty Jehovah who has kept us alive. Gentlemen, the floor is open. Uche Digi, take over the studio.
My able brother, I listening to you, I listening to Rachel. When you are trying to call me, this video was distracting me. I cannot be able to answer immediately. So I'm very grateful once again for his lecture. And indeed, we are moving forward ever upon never. While I must say this, is for our people back home to learn and to understand that Massob family is moving to the right hand, because I have seen I have seen, if someone can testify of his wrongdoing and say that the Massobians try to correct him of his wrongdoing, that is the reason why he hurt Massobians. I begin to ask him, please, what is that?
down to 4 or something like that, that there is a lack of fuel in the site. And when the government of Nigeria give a price, they are going to celebrate Xmas time. Massob family, the chief Dr. Rap was legal through the Massob family give an order that all the people that is selling fuel is going to sell so that our people is going to come back home and enjoy life. I'm not going back home to suffer for scaring them away because of the cost of the motorcycle or transportation that is bringing them home. So when this order was carried out by Mazobian to monitor or to make sure that this order was put in place, to make sure that the people pay attention to this instruction. One of this, my friend, was a victim. So he was selling his fuel so high, and Mazob tried to correct him. He rejected and they tried all possible, even use his own muscle to selling the fuel at the government price. So because of that reason, he claimed that he had Mazob. So this is the type of the law we are talking about, that is talking about. The kind of law we have to make sure that our people do what is right. It's like when somebody is condemning the Holy Bible, you know. So this is the act of what the Lord is telling us. When somebody condemns the Holy Bible and telling you, oh, the white man bring you Bible, the white man do this. Have you opened the Bible and know what is inside? Well, let us see it in such a way that they bring us what they do not even understand the power of in the word of the Holy Spirit. Because what they bring to us is our part of our tradition to do things accurately. This is what the Bible is telling us. This is all what the teachings of the Lord. But most of our brethren have misunderstand and continue to contradict things, even attacking some churches, even attacking Christians, even criticizing and forgetting that them themselves that is criticizing others is not even better than many of them they are criticizing. Yes, indeed, most of them may be the preachers of the law, but the most important thing is, what about you? Can you make a change within? So what I am trying to say is, the Japan lecturers have tried to correct our impression, or my impression, that the Biafra we are talking about is going to be a Biafra that will stand like a Japan of the world, because we desire, our heart desire is to make sure that we show our love to the world. We show how caring we are. If we can be able to succeed, if our people, our forefathers can be able, or our fathers can be able to succeed the world. And today we are even competing with those who squeeze all our resources, who take away the resources that belong to Biafrans, who give our fathers only 20 pounds to start their life. Those people will have billions, those people will have millions, they do not care. They give us only 20 pounds equivalent to start afresh, to start our life afresh. So if this is the type of determination, the zeal, the power, the talent in our life, the power that makes us to excel, that makes us to bring life, to generate life, to invest life to the world. This is what we are going to show to the world, and not going to any Arab television or any radio station threatening people's life, talking nonsense. You are going to bomb when you do not have even a when you cannot even boast of anything. You cannot boast of agriculture. You are being killed by those you are threatening. Then one day we withdraw their food, their feeding instrument. They want to die in hunger. Somebody even have to eat before he beginning to fight his father, or to engage with his father in any combat. So people forget what to do. They forget the right thing to do. They forget to get the first of all to look our leader, his right example, his way of person who called us in this new Biafra, the person who called us in this new non-violent agitation. These people forget to look on his life, to look that he do not even boast. What boasts for him is his hard working. What boasts for him is his law that he shall, because he even contribute with his money, he contribute his houses, he contribute even the place that he is sleeping in Lagos there. So these people that is coming out today shouting Biafra, 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 because they see somebody have come all the way from Japan to visit Chief Dr. Rafa Waziri to thank him. Oh, our leader, this is my appreciation of so good. You have lead us. This is my appreciation. Please go ahead. Like what this Japanese man did to Mikelobi for his good wish to make sure that the country he is representing attend the football match. This is what people should shower to on Chief Dr. Rafa Waziri and even some of the rest of Massob members. And within and outside, they become jealous. They become angry. They become selfish. They beginning to behave like a prodigal son. They beginning to practice the manner of Cain, who killed his brother Abel. Beginning to threat, is this the type of life that your leader lived before he introduced you in this trouble? No. So what we are telling the world is to neglect all those arrogant lamentations. It is just a lamentation. It is just a comedian speeches that have no value, that have no weight. Please let them look on our leader, the leader that's the ex-president of Biafra, trusted his power to, trusted his leadership to. Even the first, who stands like the firstborn of the Igbo tribe, invested the power of leadership to him as well. So let the world understand.
Yeah, it appears we are lost. Let us take a caller online. Hello, our caller online. You are live to Voice of Biafra International. What do you have to tell us?
Only trying to, these people that is making this threat is only trying to cause a havoc. They have been paid by some of the politicians to cause havoc. They have been paid by some of
Yeah, please, caller online. Your service is not very clear. Somebody's addressing us from our correspondent is addressing us from Ghana. Your own service is okay. Can you say something and let us see if it's clear from a Ebonyi State?
They have to provide.
Please, the service is not clear. Let us allow Uche Digital continue addressing us. Uche, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So they have to understand and know that these people are only distractors who is being employed in order to distract the children of God, in order to contradict our leaders' philosophy, in order to make sure that they drag us to square one, in order to make sure that we do not see the light, in order to make sure that when looking on the world, when looking on these people, the world beginning to think that Biafra is like that. These people is being sponsored by our enemies. Let them go down to Biafra land and investigate the manner, the manner of Biafra independent movement and Massob. Let them go on and investigate the manner of our leader and what our leader stands for, what Biafran stand for, what Massob stand for, and what we and individuals stand for. That we stand for in where we can be able to build a better place for us, for ourselves. Because if you went to America, Trump tell you America first. where we are going to build a better place for ourselves, for our neighbors, and to the world. In a place where we can be able to extend our hand of friendship to the world, our love to the world. We are going to be the people even to extend the world, the love you said to the world, to make sure the world learn from us. We like to enjoy. This is our life. If they can be able to notice that we have all what it takes to even to manufacture many things, but we keep silent, flowing non-violent, non-exodus. Even when we are being killed in mass for long ago, even when they come against us for long ago, with bullets, with guns, our leader continue to tell us it is only for a moment. We should not relent. We should not retaliate. We should keep calm. We should not fight back. We should not contradict on our philosophy. We do not threat to any person. We do not threat to kill anybody. What we are asking them is to leave us alone, to make our life better, to make our Biafra better, to make Biafra great, and to make our generation to inherit a beautiful land and a beautiful life, to inherit this law that makes the Igbo tribe and makes all the Biafra who succeeded the war to succeed and to the globe, to the standard, for we to make sure that this law continue to generate, continue to increase, continue to manifest in the world and in Biafra and the world beyond. This is what I have to contribute. Thank you, my brother. And I want to thank all the people who come to make the Ojukwu Memorial Day a very enjoyable and a very great day. More especially, our brothers from Nigeria, our big brothers from Oduduwa Republic and the Arwa Republic, or those that come all the way from different parts of the world, our chiefs and the kings who are able to attend, and those who send their representative, and Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu, who continue to stand with us, who continue to stand with our leader, Chief of Orapo Wazirike. I thank them all, and all Biafrans and all the members of Voice of Biafra International Germany branch who were able to attend the occasion on Sunday and makes it once again a great day. I am very grateful to them. I continue to pray to God Almighty Father, the mighty living Father, the great Prince God, to continue to strengthen our life, to continue to protect us and guide us and direct us. Thank you, my brother, and good evening to all Biafrans.
Thank you, and thank you, Uche Deji, for the very passion you have displayed in talking and praying for Biafra. We quite understand your mood. Left alone, indeed, you would say Biafra today, latest tomorrow. We thank you for this particular passion you have displayed, for the good words, the words of wisdom you have displayed here this evening. I will keep on telling our people, there is no small person in Biafra land. Everybody is a gifted creature. You have displayed it here. And we keep on telling our people that Voice of Biafra International is the primus inter pares. It is the first. There is no second, there is no third. Others queue from the fourth position. We are quite unique because we are not here to discredit any particular individual. No. Rather, we are here to uphold the human dignity. We are here to praise the human individual. We are here to encourage the depraved, to give them sense of hope, and to provide for them some of those enervating principles that will guarantee them eternal life fulfillment. That is why we are here. Fellow Biafrans, we are short of time, and we would continue on Saturday. Well, not Saturday, please, on Friday. We are here once again on Friday to continue on this our discussion. I have to inform fellow Biafrans that our Friday discussion will center on what is happening in Libya, where Nigerians and some Biafrans are being tortured to death through slavery. We are going to display some of the ugly pictures, dirty pictures, pictures of things that are happening in Libya to deter our young boys and girls from venturing into the unknown. To my co-correspondents, Judy Chijoke, you are there. Get prepared for Friday. We are discussing what is happening in Libya. Uche Gigi, get prepared. We shall be discussing what is happening in Libya. Our brother Eches and Udeze, get prepared. On Friday, we shall discuss what is happening in Libya. To every other Biafran hooked on to this particular broadcast, we are going to, on Friday sometime, discuss the catastrophe that is today Libya. What is happening to our people? Somebody posted today, Fred, what's his name again? Is my good friend, Fred Nadwokonkwo, wrote today that we are going to take the statistics of every Biafran being tortured in Libya. That Libya is going to account for each and every one of this particular mess. Libya with time is going to account for this mess being made to any Biafran. And we assure them of that. Let Biafra imagine. Anything done to a Biafran is recorded in the years to come, in the decades to come. Those who punish Biafrans anywhere they are going to account for that. So, let us discuss next Friday, or rather this Friday, let us discuss Libya and their torture being given to not just some Biafrans, but to Nigerians generally. Join us on Friday, 8 p.m. Biafra, Nigeria time. Thank you, everyone, for being part of the program. Thank you for your patience, for your understanding. Thank you for everything. Judy Chijoke, just 1 minute. Say good night to fellow Biafran. Just 1 minute, Judy Chijoke.
Yeah, fellow Biafrans, I would like to use this opportunity to thank you all. I believe you people have heard our today's broadcast. Like, for example, I am very happy the way HS Nudeze was able to, enlighten us a bit and then to explain to us why Biafra is always being compared with Japan. Because when he was giving his emphasis, I then flashed back. I recall that, when I remember Isuzu, Suzuki, Yamaha, Toshiba, there was a generator that we used to in the village as a den. Nothing happens to it. Even the machine that was given to my dad during the wedding, whenever you touch it, it starts. So it now came to my mind that, in fact, Japan is known of quality, and so shall Biafra be. Biafra should always maintain their quality and be known as a serious country. So, fellow Biafrans, I want to thank you all for listening to the program. I will pray that you people will be also and join us on Friday's broadcast. And thank you all and good night.
Thank you very much, Chijoke. Our brother HS now, I don't know if you are still awake. We can say now good night to fellow Biafrans while we are saying good morning to you.
Good night, everybody, my brothers and sisters. I really appreciate today's program. Mistaken Negon, I thank you once again, and I pray that God will encourage you more and more to continue in your good job. And may God bless Prophet Wazirike and every Massob member and every one of us who is fighting to make this struggle successful one. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. On the strength of that, we tell all our fellow Biafrans, thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and may God bless you. Good night.
Onye
I'm